Hello Marathon Coalitioners, my name is Renee and I'm going to be doing some yoga and mobility with you. So this sequence is great for getting into the hips to build a little bit of strength, and then also just kind of opening up your whole body so you feel a little bit more limber and at ease when you're going about your day. Hope you had a great run this morning. And we'll start off just sitting on your mat or finding a space in your house or outside, and take a moment just to close your eyes and start to notice your breath. Taking slow, steady inhales and feeling the breath move down into your chest and down into your belly so you can feel your whole body expanding, and then exhale to sigh it out. And we'll do that a few times, breathing in slow and steady and letting it go. And as you're breathing like this, tuning into your breath, bring to mind some sort of intention for either your practice, your run today, or even for the whole marathon training. So that could be as simple as maybe a phrase for the charity that you're running for, or it could be "I am strong," whatever else comes to mind. And let that sink in. Taking a few breaths, breathing it into your body and into your being. I truly believe in the power of visualizing and letting that carry you forwards towards your goal. Take one more breath in, letting it go. And then we will meet at the top of our mat, standing with the feet just hips width distance, so a couple of fists apart, really planting the feet into the ground. Inhale to reach the arms up overhead. Exhale to draw your palms together, sink your hips back, and come into a forward fold. The spine is nice and long and the head is hanging down heavy. And then inhale for a halfway lift, just rising up with a nice long spine. Exhale to release the hands down, step back into a plank, and hold here for a breath, sending lots of energy out your heels, drawing your belly up towards your spine, and then lower knees, chest, chin, all the way down towards your mat. Inhaling for a little cobra or upward facing dog, lift up your head and your shoulders, pressing through your palms. And then we'll tuck the toes and lift the hips up high for downward facing dog. So here, you have a nice even pressure in your finger pads, so it's taking some of the weight out of your wrists, and your belly is really drawing up towards your spine to find this lift up in your hips. And then the feet could start to pedal out here, or find little wiggles and movements to wake up the backs of your legs. On your next inhale, we're going to lift the left leg up for three-legged dog, and then draw your knee towards your nose, plant the left foot, finding a low lunge. The right knee will come down and the top of the right foot will also come down. Find lots of lift up from your hips and reach the arms up high. Try to relax in your shoulders here so they're coming down away from your ears, releasing any tightness, any tension in your upper back. Hands will release back down to the mat, stepping into plank and lowering all the way down. Inhaling for your upward facing dog. Exhaling back into downward facing dog. Finding that nice lift again up in your hips and little movements in your legs. Now the right leg will reach up nice and high, three-legged dog. We'll start to guide the knee towards your nose, and then plant the foot right in between your hands, drop the left knee down, rise up for your low lunge. Arms are reaching nice and high towards the sky, and you almost have more of this 90-90 in your lower body, so you can feel it in your hip flexor rather than sending your hips very far forwards. Find that lift up. Hands will release back down to the mat. Tuck the left toes, and the left foot comes up to meet the right, forward fold. Inhaling, rise all the way up to standing. The arms are going to reach up overhead. On an exhale, draw the palms together, sending them back down into your forward fold. Hips are hinged here, a little bend in the knees. Now the right foot will step long behind you, coming into a low runner's lunge. And start to just find a little bit of a rock here, forwards and back or side to side. Then we'll tap the right knee down, and on an exhale, lengthen through the left leg. So the left leg, it doesn't need to be straight, just sending the hips back so you can feel a stretch in your hamstring. And tap the right knee down, lengthen in the left leg. Tap the right knee down, lengthen through the left leg. One more time, inhale, tap the right knee down, lengthen back, then plant your hands and sweep the left leg up for three-legged dog. Bend in the left knee so the left heel comes down towards your bottom. And plant the left foot down. The right foot will reach up, bending in the knee. Heel comes towards your bottom. Right leg releases, left leg bending in the knee. Heel comes right down towards your butt. And we'll guide the left leg forwards, planting it back into our runner's lunge. The right hand will plant down, the left arm reaches up for a twist. One more breath, a nice big breath in. Let it go. Release the left hand. Start to walk towards the wide edge of your mat and finding some side lunges. Bend into your knee and try and send your hips backwards like there's a bench behind you. This is really, really great to get the lateral movement in your body because we do so much forward motion of sitting, running, walking. So it's really great to work into your side hips and glutes. Start to turn towards the back of your mat. Now bending in the right knee, the left leg is long, the left hand plants, and we'll find a twist. The right arm reaches up high towards the sky. Start to release the right hand down, the left knee down. The right leg will send long back behind you. And bending into the knee, draw some circles. You can imagine here that there's a paintbrush tied to the end of your knee. And you can visualize big circles, small circles, and then stir the opposite way. Really try and find nice even pressure through your fingers and continue to draw your belly, engaging your core. Then the right leg we're going to release off of the mat, rising up onto your left knee. I'm going to turn to face you guys. For gate latch, the left arm reaches all the way over towards the right side of your room. So find lots of length in reach, like there's an apple. You're trying to pick that apple up on the high branch versus a crunch over. We're making lots of space in the side body for our lungs to take nice big breaths. And release the left hand down for a modified side plank. The right leg can lift up. The right arm stretches overhead. Gate latch again, rising up, the left arm sweeps over. Side plank. Gate latch, rising up. Lots of length, find your breath. And then the hands can release right down in front of you here, and we'll take cat-cow. So the belly will drop down, the gaze will lift. And then on an exhale, round through your spine, tucking your chin and tuck your tailbone as well. And we'll just take a few of these, moving with your breath, find a little bit of rhythm. Add in any extra movements. Some people like to kind of wiggle side to side or even take big hip circles here. Great, start to rise up onto your knees. We're gonna bind the hands behind our lower back and really squeeze the shoulder blades together, just like you're holding a pencil right in your upper back. So your front chest is really opening up and your heart is shining forwards. Releasing the bind in the hands, the left leg is gonna step forwards on the mat, and we'll take a side angle where the left forearm comes right onto your thigh and the right arm sweeps over. This might feel a little bit uncomfortable, especially if you're not used to stretching in your body, but just do what you can do, and with practice and with time, your hips will start to open up more and it will be a little bit more easier. So just meet yourself where you are on your mat. Great, and then we'll start to turn forwards. Sit your bottom down, planting both feet on the mat, and then the left ankle is gonna cross over the right thigh. Keep a nice flex in the left toes. And there's plenty of room to play around here depending on how open your hips are. You might find that your heel is close to your bottom. You might take it really far back, but you just wanna feel a nice stretch, a nice opening in the left outer hip. Remembering to breathe, taking those long, steady breaths. And then uncrossing the left leg, we're gonna step it down. Start to gather yourself, pour your weight forwards with your hands in front. The right leg is coming up for this L split. And we'll draw the knee in towards your left knee, bending in both legs. Send it out long. Knee to knee, send it out long, and then release the right foot down. We'll rise back up to standing. Big sigh out, let the palms come down towards your heart. Remind yourself of your intention here. What is it that's gonna keep you going? Inhale, the arms sweep up nice and high. Exhale to hinge at your hips, bend in your knees, forward fold. The left leg will come long down the mat behind you, and we find this runner's lunge with the right knee bent. Start to rock a little bit forwards and back here. Doesn't need to be a big motion, just starting to wake up the hip flexor, getting a little deeper. And then we'll use our breath to inhale, let the left knee tap down. Exhale, lengthen in the right leg. And remember, the leg doesn't need to be bone straight. It's actually good to keep a little bit of a bend in the knee. So we're nice to our hamstring. We're giving our body some love. We never want to force anything. Left knee taps down, lengthen in the right leg. Tap the left knee down, lengthen. And one more time, tap it down, lengthen. Plant the hands down, sweep the right leg up, and then bend into the knee, let the heel drop down towards your bottom for a little three-legged dog here. Release the right foot, left leg rises up, bending in the knee, drop the heel. And release, right leg one more time. Start to draw the knee towards your nose. We're coming into our lunge twist. So the left hand is gonna stay planted, the right arm reaches up nice and high. If you can, imagine your hip crease here kind of working its way backwards, and you'll probably feel a great stretch in your IT band. And then release the right hand down, start to make your way towards the wide edge of your mat, finding our side lunges. Bend into your knee and just start to move side to side. The hands can help keep you balanced, or you could even try and lift the hands and use your body weight and strength to move side to side. I'll take this a few more times. And then move towards the back of your mat. We'll find our crescent twist at the back. The left hand rises up. A bend in the left knee, it's stacked right over the ankle here. And imagine drawing your hip crease back a bit. Breathing here. As you start to release the left hand down, release the right knee, slide the left leg back nice and long, and then we'll bend in the knee and draw some circles. Really take your time here and notice how it feels to move in your hip. And remember that we're all coming from different backgrounds, different ages, bodies, lifestyles. So really be kind to yourself. You don't have to look any certain way. It's really about how it feels in your own body. And circle the other way if you haven't already. The left foot will plant off of your mat, will rise up for gate latch. Now the right arm reaches towards the left side of the room. I'm going to turn to face you guys so you can see better. And we're creating lots of length, lots of space in the right side body. So we can really take nice big deep breaths and our lungs can expand nice and big because we lengthened out everywhere. Finding our side plank, the right hands will come down, the left leg reaches long, the left arm reaches up high or right over your ear. And then release, rising back up into gate latch. Side plank. Gate latch one more time. And back into our cat-cows. So the hands will plant in front of you. With your inhales, let the gaze lift, the belly drops down. And with the exhales, round through your spine, just like a scaredy cat. The chin will tuck in towards your chest and your tailbone tucks underneath you as well. We'll start to rise all the way up. Bind your hands behind your lower back here. Draw your shoulder blades together so you're really opening up in your collarbones. Imagine them smiling. Now this time, the right leg is going to plant towards the back of your mat. The right forearm comes down onto the thigh. And the left arm reaches all the way up and over. A little side angle. Taking a few breaths. Start to release your bottom down onto the ground. We'll plant the soles of both of the feet here. Then the right ankle will cross over the left thigh, really keeping the right toes engaged, a flex in the foot, and trying to press your right knee forwards. This is a great figure 4 pigeon stretch. Notice where you can soften and let go in your body. Letting go of any stress, any tension. You have all this support from the ground underneath you and your hands, your bottom leg. Try to relax. Try to let your body just get into it. And then releasing the foot down, we'll start to kind of gather ourselves, leaning forwards. Plant your hands. And now the left leg reaches up for your L stand. We'll guide the left knee towards the right knee, bending through both. Lengthen. Bending through both. Lengthen. Left foot comes down. Inhale to rise all the way up to standing. And draw your palms right down towards your heart. So feel free to practice this as many times as you'd like, maybe going through it twice or maybe each day, doing it before or after your run. And this will definitely help you open up in your whole body and definitely build some strength in your legs to help you on the road to Boston.